Hello everyone, my name is Donnie. Today we're going to talk about, or we're going to do another video about money management. In today's video though, we're going to focus on this little guy right here. This little guy right here, a credit card. There's a lot of discussion about credit cards, a lot of different opinions and perspectives on credit cards, but when it really comes down to it, is this little guy right here your friend or your enemy? Is he going to help you or is he going to hurt you? So that's going to be the gist of today's video. As always, if you like the video, click the like button. If you don't mind, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to make these videos that are helping, especially those who are starting up, some of the younger generation, or if you had problems managing money in the past. These videos are designed to just give strategies and tips to try to manage money effectively, always with the goal of being your own bank. But in talking about credit cards, are credit cards your friend or a credit card your enemy? Well, the answer to that depends really upon how you use credit cards. In fact, credit cards can be compared to cars. So for example, with a car can be a great thing. Cars help you get to and from work. They help you to get to school. They give you a certain amount of freedom, right? So as long as you use the car responsibly and carefully, then a car obviously is going to be your friend. On the other side though, on the other hand, if you don't use the car responsibly, if you don't use the car carefully, right, then you can get into a crash. You can be harmed or damaged, literally. And of course, you can cause harm or damage to other people. So it's the same with credit cards. It's all about how you use the credit card. If you use the credit card responsibly, if you use the credit card carefully, then a credit card can in fact be your friend. Okay, it can be very helpful to you. It can bring very positive benefits to your life. You can accrue sky miles and fly for free. You can accrue cash back rewards. There's all type of perks that's available. Also, if you use it responsibly, if you use it carefully, right, you can build up your credit, right? So there's a long list of positive things that can happen when you use the card responsibly, when you use the card carefully. But let's spend a little time. Let's talk about what can happen if you don't use the card responsibly, if you don't use the card carefully. All right, so let's take a little bit of time and let's talk about some of the dangers of a credit card. Why is it so difficult for us sometimes to control our spending when it comes to a credit card? Well, in the previous video, I discussed some of the feelings that a person gets from spending money, right? Spending money gives you a certain joy. It gives you a certain adrenaline. It gives you a certain excitement, right? And that feeling can become addictive. Well, if you take that same thought and you add a credit card into it, then a credit card will amplify that experience. And why is that? Why is spending money with a credit card so addictive? Why does it get out of hand so easily? Well, the answer is that credit cards allow you to live beyond your means. Credit cards allow you to spend money that you don't have. Credit cards allow you to buy things that you can't afford, to go places that you cannot afford to go. And that experience can be addictive. Credit cards give you a certain power to buy the things that you want to buy, to have the things that you want to have without working for them, without earning them, or without saving for them. See, using a credit card allows you to defy or to ignore all the rules of money management, right? And that experience, again, can be addictive. For example, let's say you want to go on a cruise, right? But you look into your accounts, you don't have the money. The cruise is $1,000, but you don't have the money. So what's the solution? Well, use your credit card. You can swipe your credit card. You can go on that cruise even though you didn't have the money. Another example, you're out at the mall, you're shopping with your friend, you're having a great time, right? You check your account balance and your account balance is zero, right? But you have this little guy right here. You have this little guy right here. And you say, you know what? It doesn't matter that my account is zero because I have this little guy right here. You swipe your card and you buy all the things that you wanted to buy, right? So that's the danger. That's the addiction. That's the adrenaline that a credit card can give you. It gives you a certain power to buy things and to have things that you can't afford. But here's the catch. That power that it gives you, that adrenaline that it gives you, that excitement that it gives you, it comes at a price, right? If you're not able to pay that account balance by the end of the month, if you're not able to pay the account balance by the time it's due, then everything that credit card gave you now comes at a price. And that price is called interest. That price is called interest. So, for example, if you buy that cruise for $1,000 and you're not able to pay it off by the end of the month, and the interest against that $1,000 is 20%, right? So that $1,000 cruise really costs you $1,200 because they're gonna want $1,000 for what they gave you, and then $200 worth of interest, right? And just to talk a little bit about what interest is, a simpler example as far as what interest actually is. If I give you $10 and I charge you 10% interest, then you have to pay me back $11. $10 from what I gave you, and then $1, because $1 is 10% of $10. So now you owe me $11, right? 20% would be $12 back. $2 being 20% interest. So that's the concept of interest. A company will loan you money from them that you can spend, but if you don't give that money back to them by the end of the month or whenever the payment is due, they are going to charge you interest, right? And that interest compiles. So that if you don't pay what you owe to them by the end of the month, they're going to charge you interest. And then by the following month, if you haven't paid, then they're going to charge you interest against that total amount. And what that means is that in the course of 2, 3, 4, 5 months, if you spend $1,000 on a cruise and you don't pay them their money back, that $1,000 cruise could cost you $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000. That is the price you have to pay. That is, in a sense, the dark side, the bad part of using credit cards if you don't use them responsibly and if you don't use them carefully. It can easily get out of hand. And you can look up one day and find yourself in $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 worth of debt from having a credit card. Now, why am I saying all of this? I'm not saying this to stop you from getting a credit card. I'm not discouraging using a credit card. But what I'm saying is that you must use the credit card responsibly and carefully, just like that car. A car can be a weapon. A car can be dangerous, right? A person can lose their life being reckless with a car, right? Now, using a credit card will not cost you your life, but it can ruin you financially. It can harm you financially. And you can end up paying those debts for years to come, 5, 10, 20 years to come from what you purchased earlier, right? So what's the ultimate message? The ultimate message is to be responsible and to be careful with your use of a credit card. Because if you don't, it can cause you financial harm. Now, with all that being said, you might be thinking in your mind, whoa, if it's that dangerous, if it can cause me that much financial harm, I'm just not going to get a credit card. Well, that's not necessarily the decision or the conclusion I'm trying to get you to make. Again, it's all about being responsible with it. It's all about being careful with it. Most people, despite the dangers of driving a car, still have a car. Why? Because the benefits, the pros outweigh the cons as long as they use it carefully and responsibly. Something else to think about is when I was in high school, I took a driving class. Where they taught us the rules of driving. We got to practice driving, and then we had to pass a test to get our license, right? They gave us suggestions, tips, and strategies to help us to drive successfully. And it's the same with a credit card. It's always good to get tips and strategies, the rules, quote unquote, about using a credit card so that you can use it in a way that it can become a financial tool so they can actually help you to grow your credit, to grow Sky Miles, to have perks. It really can be a great financial tool. So here's the thing. I'm going to make a follow-up video to this video. And in that video, I'm going to discuss 3 tips for managing a credit card. Whether it's your first time getting a credit card, or perhaps it's your teenager's first credit card, or if you've had credit card problems in the past and managing it in the past, this video is going to give 3 tips on how to manage a credit card. In this video, I'm also going to add a 4th tip or a bonus tip at the end that you can apply once you get to a certain point and managing your credit card, literally typically for after about a year. So look for that video, 3 tips for managing a credit card. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And remember, ultimately, I'm not discouraging you from getting a credit card. Use it responsibly, use it carefully as a financial tool, and beware of the dangers of a credit card, right? If the account balance is not paid, you're going to meet someone named interest, right? And interest grows and compounds, and over the course of time, it can get out of hand and it can ruin you financially. It can put you in a vortex or a whirlwind of financial problems, but only if it's misused, right? So keep these points in mind. Continue working toward the goal of being your own bank. Continue to save, continue to be patient. All these tips that we're using, continue to utilize them so that overall you can be prepared for the future, right? And you can use this credit card as a friend to help you reach your goals, to help you to maintain your financial stability, to help you to be your own bank eventually, and to help you to be successful. So thanks for watching the video. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you next time.